Hey, Steve at 10 Volt here again. Just a little demo slash introduction to Nashville or High Strung Tuning. It's the same notes as a regular guitar tuning, which means you don't have to learn anything new to be able to play in this tuning. But the notes aren't all the same octaves as a regular 6-string setup. Basically, if you take the strings of a 12-string guitar and you only keep the high string of each pair, that is what Nashville or high strung tuning is. So it's the same notes, E, A, D, G, B, E, as a regular guitar setup, but the bottom four strings, the lowest four, are, well, the lowest four notes, strings 3 to 6, are an octave higher than they are for regular 6-string guitar setup. So for an E chord, it ends up sounding like this. This isn't the greatest guitar for this setup, but gives you an idea. So how do you set up a 6-string guitar like this? Well, you need to get the strings with the right gauges. D'Addario and probably other companies do make a high-strung / Nashville tuning set, a 10 to 26 set for electric, and it'll be a heavier gauge for acoustic. For electric, if you can't find their set, you can buy individual strings. What you need is, for the high E, a 10. For the B string, you need a 14. For the G string, you need an 8 or a 9, which, unless you're a heavy metal guitar player, you've probably never encountered an 8 gauge string, but it's very tiny. It's like a human hair made out of metal. For the D string, you need a 12. For the A, you need an 18. And for the low E, you need a 26. So it's 10 to 26, but it's 10, 14, 8 or 9. The one I'm using is an 8, but the D'Addario set that you can buy has a 9 in it. 12, 18, 26. Another option as well, if you can't find the individual strings in those gauges, is buy a set of strings for a 12-string guitar. Take the highest string from each pair and put them on one guitar, and what you're left with is going to be a regular set of strings to put on another guitar. So you'll end up with, say in the case of an electric 12-string set, you'll end up with a set of 10 to 46 electric strings, which is standard light gauge electric strings, and a set of strings that are in the high-strung tuning setup. And it actually works out cheaper that way. A set of 6 D'Addario electric guitar strings is around $5, and a 12-string set is only about $8.50. So you end up with 2 sets for less than the price of 2. So that's another option as well. So that's what it sounds like. And the reason it sounds different from a regular 6-string is because, like I said, the lowest 4 strings, note-wise, are an octave higher than they are on a regular 6-string guitar. So you end up with some overlap where the notes go up, but then they go down again. So when you're playing an E chord on a regular guitar, you end up with 3 different E's, but they're all different octaves. On this setup, you end up with 2 E's that are the same note, this one and this one. So it gives you that sort of chimey 12-string sound. Why would you want to set up a guitar like this? Well, if you don't have a 12-string guitar, but you have an extra 6-string lying around, this gives you a 12-stringy kind of sound. Also, what a lot of people do is they will record a regular 6-string rhythm part and then overdub the same part on a high-strung guitar. And what that gives you is the option of, when you're doing the final mix, of including one or the other or both, and varying the levels independently of the 2 guitars. Whereas on a 12-string, you're just stuck with the volumes of all the strings that you played. You can't adjust as easily. So that's what it's used for a lot of times, is just to add a little bit of chimey rhythm guitar in the background. There are some songs like Hey You by Pink Floyd and Wild Horses by the Stones where the high-strung guitar is featured a little more prominently. So I'll just play a little bit just to give you an idea. This guitar is a little bit wonky, but I just wanted to try it out. D chord, E minor, REM, Birds, Blue Rodeo kind of sound. There you go, Nashville Tuning or High Strung Tuning on an electric guitar. It's often used on acoustic guitars as well, but I don't have a spare acoustic kicking around, so I wanted to try it on electric. And there you go. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will respond. Thanks.